right, we are going to be going into math, so if you need a break, just pause it now. All right, so today we are going to be going over growing patterns. On Wednesday, we talked about repeating patterns, and those are the patterns that repeat or go over again and again. And these are growing patterns, meaning they get larger or bigger as the pattern extends. Now, we've talked about these before, but like I said, it's been a few weeks. Like we talked about growing patterns in the first quarter. So let's see what these growing patterns look like. So pause this video now so you can draw and write these patterns on your paper or board so we will be able to go over them together. So pause this video now because it's going to take you a few minutes to draw these out. All right, so looking at my first one, I can see that it's getting bigger. So is it going to be 2 circles? Is it going to be 1 circle? No, so let's count to double check. So there's 1 circle, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many circles is my next tower going to need to have? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many circles would my next space need to be if we were drawing this out? 6. And then it would just continue to get bigger or grow, right, y'all? Awesome. All right, ooh, this one is a little bit different. Let's see if you can figure this out. Maybe you should count them out to yourself. So we have different groups of squares. I see different groups of squares. So in this square, we have 1, 2 squares. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have someone near you, explain to them how you would solve this because there are a few different ways. The way I saw it is I looked at them in different rows. Because on the top they were growing by 1 row each time. If I was looking at the rows, it had 1 row on the top, or 1 square on the top, then 2 squares, and then 3. So on the next, when I am extending the pattern, I would put 4 squares on the top. And then I saw the same thing happened on the bottom. We started with 1 square, then 2, then 3. So then the next space had to be 4. If you found it a different way, that is okay because we all have different brains and we all are amazing, but perfect job. All right, and last thing, sometimes we can solve growing patterns or even repeating patterns with numbers. So let's think about this pattern. Let's read it out loud. Remember, Miss Nyquist always says to read your patterns out loud because it helps you. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think you guys will know what comes next. If you said 10, you are right. And to solve this pattern, did you count by 1s to solve? No, you counted by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the pattern was trying to trick us, but we got it. All right. I'm proud of y'all for doing growing patterns. If you want to create your own growing pattern, that would be really, really awesome. Maybe you could create some growing patterns at your house today. I think they're even more fun than creating repeating patterns. All right, great job with math today. So we are going to be finishing up our frogs book today. You guys have been awesome listeners listening to our nonfiction book. And remember, at the end, we are going to find the main idea. And remember, the main idea, don't make it hard on yourself. The main idea is just what the book is mostly about. What the book is mostly about. All right, let's get started where my bookmark was. All right, so we were talking about on the heading on this page that we left off on, it said every size and color. So on these 2 pages, we were talking about size. So what do you predict we're gonna read on this page? We are going to see different colored frogs. All right, let's get started. We are gonna finish this today. Frogs can be different colors too. Some are green or brown. Others have stripes or spots. Frogs can be red, yellow, or orange. Ooh, they can even be bright blue. That is so cool. All right, and all of these captions are here to help me tell what the photographs are. This is a tiger striped leaf frog. Ooh, he has a big name. This is an Amazonian poison dart frog. That's interesting. This is a red poison dart frog. Ooh, and this is a blue poison dart frog. So that must be a popular type of frog, a dart frog. I don't know though, if they say poisoned, you might want to stay away from them. Watch out! Sorry if there's a glare on there, friends. Why do you think I read watch out really excited? Because I see an exclamation mark. These colorful frogs may look pretty, but watch out, these frogs have poison in their skin. Yikes. Their bright color warns enemies not to eat them. What would happen if an enemy or another animal ate them, friends? Then they might get poisoned and get sick. Because this is the poison dart frog. These are all different colored poison dart frogs. Poison means something that can kill or hurt living things. So that was the definition of poison. This little frog is only an inch long. Its name is that is an interesting word, Terribilis, which means the terrible one. How did it get this name? By being the most deadly frog of all. One Terribilis has enough poison to kill 20,000 mice. And friends, I did not know that fact before reading the story. I want you to see that frog. It looks so cute, but it has a lot of poison. Oh my goodness. That is an interesting fact I learned. Frog babies. What is this called again? It's in big bold letters. That is our heading. It's going to tell us what we're going to read about, so we are definitely going to learn about some frog babies. All frogs, even the Terribilis, have mothers. Mother frogs lay eggs. When the eggs are ready, out pop the tadpoles. So remember, when the frogs come out, they don't just come out as big frogs. They start as tadpoles. Tadpoles are baby frogs. That's just another name for baby frogs. But they don't look like frogs yet. Tadpoles have tails and they only live in water. So I'm sure you've seen or heard of a tadpole. There's a good photograph that someone took. And this tadpole is a Pacific tree frog tadpole. And these are red-eye tree frog eggs. So they start as eggs and then they go on to be tadpoles. Tadpoles grow up to be frogs, and here's a little bit of a life cycle photographs. 1, at first they breathe underwater with gills. 2, they grow lungs for breathing. 3, then they grow legs for hopping and swimming. 4, in 3 months they lose their tails. It's time to hop out of the water. So that is kind of a cycle, friends. And this is our last page. Toads are frogs too. So what's the difference between toads and frogs? Here are some facts, friends. Frogs, some are poisonous. They have moist and smooth skin. Their teeth are in their upper jaw. They have long, powerful jumping legs, when most frogs have webbed hind feet. And they have eggs laid in clusters or groups. Toads are a type of frog. Frogs spend most of their lives around water, where toads spend more of their time on dry land. Ooh, that's interesting. Their bodies are built for where they live. So toads don't have teeth, their skin is dry and bumpy. They have shorter legs for walking, and their eggs are laid in long chains. Interesting, interesting. And here's our glossary in the back. So friends, don't make this hard on yourself. What was this book mostly about? What was the main idea? Was it mostly about frog babies? Well, we read 2 or 3 pages on frog babies, but that wasn't what the book was mostly about. Was the book mostly about learning about poisonous frogs? Well, that was a detail. It's not our main idea. The main idea was frogs, and one of our hints to find the main idea is looking at the title, so that gave us a hint. We learned mostly about frogs today. Thank you to Elizabeth Carney, the author. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a fun and safe weekend, and see you on Monday.